Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if it's not your first time. Today we're going to be doing the Divine Feminine reading for the current energies right now. We are at July 18th, which in numerology is 789. So we've got this progression of energy moving forward. I feel like we're coming out of a time of stagnancy. We're coming out of a time of purging, reintegrating. There was this lack of motivation, this lack of movement. It was really frustrating, and it's sometimes very lonely in the separation that took place with that. So I feel like now is the time that we're really getting to move forward, and I'm very happy about that because it was a long time coming. So we're going to do the Divine Feminine's, how she's feeling right now, how she is perceiving the Divine Masculine or thinking about the Divine Masculine, and then how she's acting. So let's start off with how the Divine Feminine is feeling. Okay. And how she's perceiving the Divine Masculine right now. I feel like it is that one. Okay, good. And how she's acting. Lots of spring energy here. Wow, okay. Let's get some Tarot of Love. So how is the Divine Feminine feeling right now? How is the Divine Feminine thinking about the Divine Masculine, or seeing the Divine Masculine, and how is she acting right now? Yeah, both, okay. And again, from the Romance Angels, getting how she is feeling, how she is perceiving the masculine, and how she's acting. Oh, there's two for that one. And before I jump into the reading, I wanted to mention that today some green Adventurine, 2 pieces of green Adventurine wanted to be here today. So green Adventurine is resonates with the energy of the heart chakra. It is very lucky. It brings prosperity and abundance, and it's very good for heart healing as well. Then we also have some blue kyanite, which is very good for the throat chakra, which is the next one up from the heart, and is connected with speaking your mind, living authentically, being truthful, and it's your inner voice and your inner guidance with divine will. So I felt as though for the Divine Feminine at this time, the heart chakra and the throat chakra are needing to be coming into one, so that clear communication that comes from the heart and that comes from a place of love can be achieved. Okay, so what is the Divine Feminine feeling right now? So we got the 4 of Spring. Be grateful you have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. So this is the 4 of Wands. Wands energy are about passion, movement, energy, lots of energy, and the 4 is about stability, and the 4 of Wands being, to me, when I see this, I always think of Twinflames, because it's the 1111. You know, the 4 wands standing upright look like 1111, which is the gateway, which is the activation code, and the sign for Twinflame integration. It's the gateway that allows for this integration of Twinflame unity to come to pass. So I feel as though, you know, this is, at this time, there's a big Twinflame activation, and I know for a fact the Divine Feminines are feeling it, because I'm feeling it big time right now. So there's a lot to celebrate, and I said in the last video for the Divine Masculine, it's almost like we've been in this period of renovation. You know, you imagine a house being torn down to the studs, getting rid of everything that was rotted and old, and we're completely redoing it from the inside out. We're completely gutting it and rebuilding it with all this fresh and new. And it took a while to get everything sorted out. There was some bumps in the road. There was some, we went over budget. There was some disagreements and some mishaps along the way. But I feel as though the house is coming together now, and it's almost time to move in. It's ready to go. It's looking beautiful and fresh and new, and the decorations are magnificent, and now it's time that we get to enjoy that. So we're feeling very grateful right now. We're feeling very happy, very at peace and contented, because this is the feeling that we're tuning into, because we're realizing that, yes, this is a time of movement forward now. It's not a time of renovation anymore. So we got the Master, which is a number 5, and the 5 is about change, moving forward again. So the Master is in control. The Master is the divine alchemist. He has the yin and the yang in his hands, and he is connected to the divine source of love. This is us, again, feeling exalted in our mastery. We feel like we've come to this point, and it was a tough journey, and it's not to say that it's over, but we're now beginning to feel the shift. And once that shift occurs, we're going to see our level of mastery reflected in everything around us. So all of these positive things are going to start occurring. All of these connections and communications and plans, really, everything's going to start moving forward. And it's because of our mastery, our level of mastery, as well as how we're applying that through our feeling center into our external reality. Then we got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Now, I want to mention something very important. I was going through a period of self-doubt and doubt in the twin flame relationship, and I know that energy was actually pushing the relationship away from me, was pushing my twin flame away. And it took me meditating in the sun and then reading the Shambhala, I can't remember what it's called, but it's, I think, the 5th or 6th installment in the Celestine Prophecy series. And what it said in there was that what you think, because we're all telepathic, it's felt by the person that you're thinking it about. So if you think that this person is never going to be with you, and maybe it wasn't meant to be, and maybe they're a crappy person or whatever it is, then they're going to feel that and they're going to respond accordingly. That's either going to push them away or it's going to make them actually act like that. So what the book said to do was to, instead of sending out these negative prayers, send out positive prayers. So remaining optimistic and sending out that love energy through your thoughts will bring you the romance. So I sat there and I sent out love, and I sent out this unconditional healing connection. And very shortly after, I felt something shift, and something did shift, and I saw it in my physical reality shortly after that. So this is really important. If you guys are getting really frustrated with the process, make sure that you're not sending out these negative prayers, because negative affirmations or negative thoughts, because that's going to influence how things play out. So make sure that no matter what the circumstances are around you that you're seeing or you're experiencing, make sure that you're sending out the highest level of love in response no matter what, because that's what's going to shift everything. Okay, so what the Divine Feminine is thinking about the Divine Masculine right now, we got the 10 of Spring. And the 10 of Spring is ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. So again, this is Wands, so this is every single category for the feminine, we've had Wands. So this is, this is a passionate, flaming, fiery energy. This is very purposeful, purpose-driven as well. This is all about, what we're doing in our actions. So the 10 of Spring is like the 10 of Wands, which is about feeling overburdened, having too much going on, and not knowing how to deal with it. But the good thing is that it's a 10, which means that it's coming to a close and it's almost time to move forward out of that energy. So the 10 of spring coming up in the and how the divine feminine are perceiving or thinking about the divine masculine says to me that they are feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything that's occurred in the past, and that's totally understandable. I definitely felt like that. But I think now it's a time to let that go, to put down the burden, to put down the wands, and move forward. And so what we also got was the 5 of rods. And in the traditional tarot, the 5 of rods is, again, wands. So this is the 5 of wands, which can be challenge or conflict, or it can also be practice. So I feel like instead of using these wands for conflict, we're now going to be using them for creating our passion. And I want to read out the 5 of rods from the little book I have here, because I'm still not super confident with these tarot of love cards yet, because I just haven't used them enough. It's my own fault. But the 5 of rods is intellectual exchange about the relationship, a new point of view, and reevaluation of what you have in common. So instead of letting these burdens from the past weigh you down, it's now a time for the divine feminine to put this down and to have open communication. And then we have the attraction card in reverse, and this says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So like I was saying before, if you're not enjoying this moment fully, no matter what's going on around you, try to redirect your thoughts and your feelings back to a place of love, because that's what's going to attract this. So I think that the divine feminine, like I was saying in the last one, is has been pushing this away to a certain extent. If you've been thinking these thoughts or feeling these feelings, which I know that I had been, and it took me reading that passage from that book to really wake up to what I was doing inadvertently, not realizing. So I was using the law of attraction to actually repel what I wanted most. So this is, again, this is a message for the divine feminine, that if you would like to attract your divine masculine into your life, it's very important that you have open communication, both telepathically with what you're thinking about and having positive thoughts, as well as when you're talking to them. You know, speak in a positive and loving way. Be supportive. If you are in separation, it's more about how you're feeling and how you're thinking. If you are in connection at this point, then yeah, it's about how you're actually communicating with them and making sure that you're not coming from a place of feeling burdened or overwhelmed and then dumping it on them. It's more about trying to find the light and the love in every interaction and every situation. Okay, so then in the last category, we have the divine feminine and how she's acting right now. And we got the King of Spring. So more wands energy, innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical, a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. So this is support coming in for you. You know, you've put down the burdens that we saw in the 10 of Spring, and now you've got the support coming in to assist you. And I love this card because he looks like Orlando Bloom when he played Legolas in The Lord of the Rings. And I'm such a Lord of the Rings nerd. So I love it. And, so this is the action that we're taking is really towards our success. It's really towards what we need at this time, using our leadership skills to move forward. Again, there's this big movement forward right now. And we're finding support from the universe and within ourselves and from those around us. So maybe in the past we weren't feeling supported because we didn't reach out. So what the thoughts are about, or the perception towards the divine masculine is kind of about reaching out. You know, don't be afraid to communicate or to reach out for support, because that's going to assist the bond, and that's going to help things move forward. So then we got number 11, the climax, and number 9, the seekers. And both of these cards, I believe, resemble similar energies, but on different ends of the spectrum. So I'm going to look them both up for us. And it's funny that I'm seeing it's 911, and 911 is about getting into your light worker duties. So this coming up in the action area, it's kind of making me feel as though it's the Divine Feminine's time to step into their spiritual role as a light worker, which is what we came here to do. That's what the whole point of the twin flame relationship is. So number 11 is, I'm going to hold it up for you guys so you can see. Number 11 is the climax. It stands for stormy love and libido, similar to card 6, the lovers, and 7, companionship, but more sensitive, intuitive, mature, and feminine. This card implies a sparkling, positive, and sensuous energy in regard to the erotic, exalting, and ecstatic aspects of the relationship. It also refers to experiences with partners of various age groups. The climax may also denote an intimate partnership, which is joyful and profound at the same time. So we're seeking this intimate partnership, this exaltation of our feminine energy represented by coming together with the divine masculine, what they spark in us. Now, 9, the seekers, is, here we go. The seekers it says, now is time for a break. We should permit ourselves and our partner to take time off in the relationship without projecting feelings of guilt. We may admit to the need for some inner and or outer distance to not be accountable to the partner in order to find our own center. It must be possible in a sound partnership to go some distance of the way alone. When you look at the word alone, it says all one. Whoever or whatever belongs to us will remain with us. Whoever or whatever does not remain apparently no longer belongs. The seekers may also indicate within a profoundly spiritual love relationship where the development is harmonic and parallel that both partners will retreat together and drop their everyday routines for some time in order to attain an even more harmonic soul partnership and unfold more of their inherent spiritual potential. Further keywords for card 9 are a farewell to the old self, a quest for the true self, and a search for self-realization. So this is wanting to come together, but needing, like, we've gone through these times of separation, and I feel like with the seekers coming up with the climax, because these two came out together, it's about the action being wanting, okay, I'm just going to say it straight up because this came up in the same card, same theme for the divine masculine's action. Okay, the King of Spring can also be a phallic symbol for a penis. I'm just gonna say it. So sexual energy, the wands can represent sexual energy. So we've got climax and we're seeking this climax. We're seeking this alone time with our partner to build this sexual bond, because the sexual bond links to the sacral chakra, which is the relationship chakra, and the relationship chakra increases your creativity and your physical energy. So I feel like this is us coming together with or wanting to come together with the divine masculine in a physical union. I'm just going to say it like that. So we also got in the action category, you deserve love. You are lovable. So I feel like this is us, we've drawn back the arrow and now we're getting ready to fire it, and we're ready for this love to come in. So the action is going out and attaining this love. Then we got chemistry in reverse, which there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So it's interesting that we got attraction and chemistry, both very similar energies, both very similar cards, both in reverse. So I feel as though the way we're thinking about the divine masculine right now is we're kind of questioning whether he's attracted to us or whether there is this connection, this bond here, whether there is this chemistry, physical chemistry. And I feel as though we've come into this place of doubt when it comes to that, but we are coming out of that now, again, by staying optimistic about this romance, about this relationship, which is physical, because we've put all the focus on the aspects of the relationship that were a little bit less tangible, a little bit less in the real world, like how we were going to do all of these things or broaden our minds or go on adventures or whatever it was. And now it's getting down to the physical. It's like, okay, it's time to get acquainted physically to create this sexual bond. So that can be a little bit daunting for the feminine. And I know that just based on personal experience for me, that it can be a little bit difficult to be that level of vulnerable. Whereas the masculine has trouble being emotionally vulnerable through communication. For me as a feminine, I have a little bit more difficulty being sexually vulnerable. Not everybody's going to resonate with that, but that's where I vibrate at this point. And I've been working on clearing that through my heart chakra and my sacral chakra. So that is the Divine Feminine reading. We have a lot of positive energy here. We just really need to stay focused on the positive. We really need to remain in our master status and bring about what we want into our life based on what we're vibrating at and what we're thinking. You know, this communication is key. So again, we've got the heart chakra stone and the throat chakra stone for balancing our communication in a harmonious way. So that's what we saw with the Five of Rods, is about communication. And then we have the chemistry. You know, we've got this sexual energy that's been pent up and building for a long time, and it's coming time to release that in a healthy and positive way. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I looked at the time and it was 2111 on the video. So that's activation for me. 2s represent keeping the faith and trusting in the process, and also being the master builder, building your reality with your thoughts and feelings. So I love you guys so much. I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't all resonate with you, don't worry. It's just a general reading. If you would like to get more specific details to your questions or to what's going on in your life, feel free to get a personal reading from me. All of the information is in the description box below. Just, you know, write me an email and we will go over what reading will serve you best at this time and based on what you're looking for and the questions that you have. So I love interacting with you guys, and I look forward to personal readings and more videos. I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.